Constitutional law attorney Rod Sullivan here on the morning show. We're kind of talking about where we're going with this interview and some of the biggest questions that exist. And I think the main question right now is this a final judgment on the immigration situation? Will it stand?
Well, first of all, it's not a final judgment in the legal sense of things, but because this order expires after 60 days, it will become moot before it can actually get resolved by the Supreme Court. So to that extent, I think that the smarter course of action for the president is to scrap this executive order, draft a new one that addresses the concerns raised by the Ninth Circuit, and then issue it and then file what they call a preemptive action, a declaratory judgment action, and have all of the suits in a single court. Don't be fighting this in 9 different courts where the ACLU, for instance, picks which courts it's going to go to. You pick the court where it's all going to be resolved and do it right there.
You know, I read some op-ed opinions, and basically they said, you know, legally, what the president wants to do can be accomplished. It's just the way that the executive order was written, it was badly bungled.
I agree. I think you have the statutory authority to do exactly what the president did, but you inserted this thing saying, well, we're going to allow minority religious persons who are subject to persecution to get by the ban. Well, that really refers to Christians in these Muslim countries. They're going to continue to allow to be applied for refugee status while Muslims cannot. So that makes it appear like there's a religious test here. So if I was going to redraft this order, that's the very first thing I would yank out of there and issue more of a, you know, a blanket ban. If you're from one of these 7 countries, you can't come for 60 or 90 days while we work out the vetting process.
You think that's the chat in the West Wing right now?
No, I don't think so. I think that they are in sort of attack defense mode. You know, they're angry at the Ninth Circuit and they want to go ahead and show that they have the power as president to do whatever they want on immigration. And you know, you can fight that battle as long as you want, but the clock is ticking. So the better course of action, if your cooler heads prevail, is to simply say, okay, let's get rid of this executive order. Let's do one that addresses all the concerns you have, and then we're going to fight.
Yeah. You know, if you look at things historically, there was a bill that was passed, and the name escapes me, but I think it was back in 1952, that basically gives the president this power. So even if this went to the Supreme Court, you know, number one, if they had a full bench, would they defer to the president? Number two, with the current situation and a vacancy, you've got a 4-4 tie because they're ideologically split. So things would stand anyway, right?
That's right, yeah. You know, you have this establishment clause hook there that allows the 4 justices to vote against the executive order. So that's why that, I think, needs to come out of there. But you're absolutely right. If you go to the Supreme Court, high likelihood you get a 4-4 split. In a 4-4 split, the Ninth Circuit order stands, and you don't get the power that you want. But I mean, it's clear the president has this power under the Constitution and has this power. He has this power under the statute. He just needs to do it the right way.
Given the infighting that you were talking about, given the fact that there's more anger and, you know, things are being played out publicly in tweets, what do you think the White House is going to do next?
I think they're going to try to appeal quickly to the United States Supreme Court and get a decision. I think tactically that's the wrong move. But then again, you know, people don't always follow my tactical advice.
Mm-hmm. Also, people say that this is, well, the president said this was a political decision on the court's part.
You know, I hate to be too critical, but I read this decision, and it's pretty breathtaking in its scope. I mean, basically what it says that, you know, regardless of separation of powers, you need to show us why you think this is important. You need to give us the national security, the insider briefings to show us that you have the right to do this, and we have a right to veto the decision that you make. Well, that's not really in the Constitution. When a branch of government assumes powers it doesn't have, that's called aggrandizement. And I think there's a strong argument to be made here that the Ninth Circuit has aggrandized its power and violated the principle of separation of powers. Does that mean they'll win in the Supreme Court? I don't know. Or the president will win in the Supreme Court? I don't know. But I certainly would hate to see this order become the law of the nation.
And ironically, the whole issue is about vetting. If the White House had vetted the information differently, we might be at a different point in history right now.
That's true, and I think that they didn't anticipate the effects that the order, it's really not the basics of the order, it's the details of the order that got reversed. And if they had paid more attention to those details and the perception that the details created, they might be in a different position.
More chapters to be written in this book. Rod Sullivan, always a pleasure. Thank you.